Hello everyone, this is World Conspiracy Daily, WC Daily. Top international brands to open 3,000 stores in India within 6 months with $500 million of investment from US and Singapore. More than 50 mid-rung global retailers are planning to enter India within the next 6 months, according to data compiled by Franchise India that has tied up with them for their launches, with their eye mostly on smaller, untapped markets within the country. The brands such as Korres, Migato, Evisu, Wallstreet English, Mania, Lush Addiction, Melting Pot, Lab and Monnalisa, many from the US and Singapore, will invest about $300 to $500 million, all told to be open roughly of 3,000 stores. Triggered by the country's expanding economy, booming consumption, urbanizing population and growing middle class. The first retail wave happened a decade ago when the bigger retailers and brands entered India, said Gaurav Maria, the chairman of Franchise India Holdings, a retail solution provider that is helping these 53 brands will find partners and get regulatory clearances. It's a turn of small and mid-sized brands as they look to cash in on the open retail policy and huge gap in the market for branded products. Of the incoming brands, 18 are in the food and beverage space, followed by 13 each in apparel and lifestyle products and education products. Earlier this month, India replaced China as the most promising retail market in the world, according to 80 Korres report. As the retailers struggle in their home markets, India could be the next bright spot for the industry, especially since the government has allowed 100% foreign investment or the ownership in the business-to-business e-commerce businesses and for B2B retailers that sell food products manufactured in India. Government efforts to boost cashless payment and reform indirect taxation with the nationwide goods and service tax or the GST are also expected to accelerate the adoption of modern retail. The 80 Korres report added, relaxed FDA rules, the GST, one of India's most significant tax reforms in decades, is set to be rolled out on July 1, 2017. India's current growth and development make it an ideal target for the brands. Chicken products are the major non-vegetable food in the country, making our own menu ideally suited to the market, said Andrew Withers, the chairman of Southern Fried Chicken, a British quick service restaurant that runs more than 700 franchisee stores globally. The government relaxed the rules for the foreign direct investment in single brand retail last year, spurring interest on the part of several brands including the Sweden-based Hansen Mattis, IKEA, Japan's Uniqlo, American retailers GAP and Massimo Dutti. H&M has already opened stores in India. However, the latest brands are mostly smaller ones that rely on the franchisee system for global expansion. Also, unlike most large global retailers which focus on the urban cities initially, these smaller ones want to cash in on smaller and untapped markets. India is a fast-growing market, huge in size, but Monnalisa's target is concentrated in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities, allowing us to more easily reach our final users, said Thomas Bessie, overseas sales manager, Monnalisa SPA, or the SPA, a European children's wear retailer. After the recent expansion in Brazil, Russia and China, and the saturation of the traditional markets in Europe and Middle East, India was the largest big territory that we need to conquer. The Indian retail market was worth $641 billion in 2016 and is expected to reach $1.6 trillion by 2026, growing at a compounded annual growth rate of 10% according to the Indian Business of Fashion 2017 report. With food and grocery retails just 3% of the overall market, several global food chains sense on opportunities. The 18 QSRs, mostly snacking and ice cream brands, will enter a market still dominated by Domino's Pizzas and McDonald's, although the segment hasn't been doing all that well of late. The snack segment in India has been showing some interesting potential as well as India's economic development as it pertains to be many different types of international franchisee entering the market and culture to some degree, said Martin Zambuya, the managing director of US-based Doc Popcorn. So what do you think of the top international brands opening more than 3,000 stores in India and pouring a $500 million plus investment in India from USA and Singapore? Post your comments below, and if you like this video, please give us thumbs up and follow us on social networks and subscribe to our channel. And thanks for watching. This is WC Daily. Think big, think different. Bye.